This morning I want to focus on the happy part, the mind, that we're to love the Lord with all of our mind. Would you look at this verse, Proverbs 4:23. Do you see it there? Why don't you all just read it out loud with me today? Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. And if we're going to live a healthy life, we're going to have to think healthy thoughts. If we're going to live a happy life, we're going to have to think happy thoughts. I love this translation of Proverbs 17:22. A happy heart is good medicine, but depression drains one's strength. This morning, let's just look at some basic questions and try to respond to them. First of all, what is depression? Here's a good definition. Depression is a prolonged mood disorder that affects the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Again, I am not contagious, okay? So feel free to shake my hand and hug my neck. I just sound terrible. But I look pretty good, don't I? What causes depression? It could be several things. It could be a chemical or hormonal imbalance. Depression can also be brought on by a traumatic event. Genetics can also play a role. I'm not saying that depression is inherited. I pray for my kids all the time. I've been honest and open with them about, watch yourselves, pay attention to your lives because, it's something that could be passed on. But now, who gets depressed? Now, you want to buckle your seatbelt on this one. Did you know that children get depressed? Teenagers get depressed. We know this. Young adults get depressed. Middle-aged adults get depressed. Life is half over. And you get to this point where you say, what have I accomplished? And unfortunately, the highest rate of suicide is in this group from ages 45 to 64. That is the highest rate of suicide because depression grips folks in this age group. Did you know that senior adults get depressed? Well, what are the symptoms? Feelings of hopelessness. You feel trapped, like there's no way out. Feel like a failure. Change in sleeping habits. People who are depressed usually have a hard time going to sleep, and they have a really hard time waking up and getting out of bed. Difficulty concentrating. These are all symptoms of depression. Now, question, is there a cure? And the answer is, with an exclamation mark, yes. There is a cure. In fact, 80 to 90% with even the most serious forms of depression can be helped. Look at this psalm with me. Psalm 43:5. O my soul, why be so gloomy and discouraged? Trust in God. I shall again praise him for his wondrous help. He will make me smile again, for he is my God. God can make you smile again. He can do it. He can bring on the happy. Now let's look at some next steps. I think one of the things we need to do, if you're there, is to discern the seasons of life. There's a rhythm to life. Just like there are rhythms to God's creation, the tides go out, the tides come in. The seasons change, and so it is with our lives. It's just a season. It's not forever. The second thing, another step, is to know that God is always at work. I know in these moments he seems silent, he seems far away, but trust me in this, God is up to something. He is doing far more than we could ever see. He's doing more than we could ever dream or ask. And I believe that my personal struggle with depression has made me a better person. It's made me a better equipped pastor. I think I'm a more patient and sensitive person and an all-around great guy. That's what I think. Here's another step that's very important. accept help. Now, here's another important step. How can I help those that I love who are suffering from depression? One way is just simply to be there. They may not act welcoming. They may not return your text or your phone calls, but somehow, some way, keep showing up in their lives. It'll pay off dividends. Second, don't preach or pressure. Another thing is to try to engage that person that you love in some sort of activity. Because when you're depressed, you want to isolate yourself. Then here's another one. Be patient and understanding. And then finally, pray for them and pray with them.